You brought,
Yes.
for our viewers on YouTube, you'd be able to see this, but for listeners on Apple, Spotify, just to describe it, Deborah has brought some of her pillows made of reincarnated cashmere pieces.
Yes.
And then I see a bustier. I see denim pouches with appliques and a different color denim. Show me a few things.
I actually brought a belt, or a couple belts, too.
Okay.
So you can see.
And these gloves are incredible.
Gloves are pretty fun. So this is Milanese mesh.
Okay. Okay, see, and I would never in a million years know that this is Milanese mesh. And is it called, I mean, I know we already said this, but is it actually made in Milan?
Originally, I guess that's true, yes.
So they're heavy because this is metal. Like, this is definitely going to set off the TSA.
Oh my gosh. I know when I would travel, it's like it was really before you were charged so much money for weight. But
and then
they would say, what on earth?
The floral pattern that I'm looking at on the top, this is incredible.
Isn't it? So the interesting thing about the embossing, because it was originally, the mesh was like that.
Yeah.
Maybe. And then they embossed it. So if you've ever worked with metal smithing is actually my minor in school. So I knew about work hardening and how if you keep smashing a wire and keep hitting it, it gets very hard, but then it also becomes brittle.
Okay.
So the people who knocked me off made belts only out of this.
Okay.
And they put all kinds of stuff on it. And when I looked at it, I'm like, okay, that's falling apart because this will crack. And the only way I can use this
is on top of something more stable.
Exactly.
Okay.
So that was by my own trial and error and by putting it on my friends saying, this is a new material, because nobody knew what this stuff was when I started showing it. They're like, I've never seen this before. It's weird, but it's cool.
Yeah.
So that is a couple different platings. This is antique copper plating, and then this is antique brass.
Beautiful.
This one I did myself. The finishing.
There's my favorite. This is my favorite color, the green.
Verdigris, which is just an extreme oxidation.
Beautiful. And do you have a studio at home?
I have a studio at home. I've had studios in different configurations over time. I've had them away from home. I really actually like having it at home because if I have to get up at 3 a.m. to do something, I can just go.
If you can't sleep, you can go be creative.
Yeah, and then I get to see my dog can continually check on me.
Yes, I do. I feel the same. Talk to me about the bustier. I'm so distracted by the fox sweater, but first the bustier.
The bustier is pretty cool. So when I first moved here, I started doing bustiers for the store called Baba on Venice.
Okay.
In Venice.
Abbott Kinney?
She was on, Rose and Main Street.
Okay.
And bustiers were kind of a thing. It was like 1989.
I remember that era.
Yeah. So I just started
out as a single gal in LA in 1989.
Fun. So yeah, really sexy stuff. And so I started making one-of-a-kind bustiers for her, and then jackets and things like that. We did photo shoots together and everything. So it became kind of a thing that I always liked, bustiers, which is then part of the pinup girl thing.
Right. Yeah.
Usually they're part of, you'll see they're part of my tags. So this is made of a vintage, should I show this here? Vintage kimono fabric.
Oh, no way. Japanese.
Yes.
Beautiful.
So hand painted and then embroidered also.
This is beautiful.
Thank you. And I started doing wedding dresses
with the gold thread. I was going to say, I could see a wedding. Like, it's such a thing right now to wear, your wedding dress. And then I feel like the younger brides or older brides change into something a little bit sassier, spicier during or leaving a reception. Like, this is would be so cool.
Sometimes there are mini changes. I actually do alterations for brides. So I get to see all of the dresses. And well, I always think, well, if you're going to spend that much money on a dress, you should just wear it all night. But
absolutely.
But some of them are hard to dance in because they're heavy.
Right.